Honestly, I kind of forgot which button it was.
Okay.
This is what
We could just test it and then be like, go. And then you could cut the previous shit out.
In the works with Brandon and Usa.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Raviv.
it's
That
just
worked
the first
perfectly.
one.
Yeah, he forgot which button it was. Anyway, I know it's been a long time, especially at Raviv, you were asking about what happened.
Yeah,
and
sorry we haven't been responding to your
messages.
comments.
Yeah. I saw him the other day, actually.
Did you? I
Yeah.
saw him like last week, and I was like, "Ooh."
You saw him?
No.
Oh, no, I
comments.
actually saw him.
Oh, I thought you said saw them. I didn't.
No.
Okay.
No, I actually saw him. He was like, hey, you want to meet up this place, do this, and you could bring you and your girlfriend? I'm like, perfect. A great way to introduce you to her and then just have a good time. I haven't seen him in a while, a long time. So caught up with him. Raviv, you're awesome. Thank you again. But no, had a good time, played some games, and yeah, no, he's doing pretty well. But yeah, so it's been a fat minute, mostly because we have been extremely busy with school to the point where it's even the small amount of time we spend doing this was too much. We needed to utilize that time for other things.
Yeah.
So
So pretty much, I dropped the podcast and I just started vlogging.
oh yeah,
And
just
then,
because.
I've just been editing that instead of doing this, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been sucking at school this semester, and I was trying not to suck at school, and it didn't work. So
School is hard.
yeah, no. This semester was kind of difficult for me, and just hit one big road bump, and it tossed everything out. It's like, and of course, the snowball, everything kind of just tumbled away. So having to deal with that, but gonna get back on it. Got 2 summer classes coming up. Got dynamics and differential equations. Hopefully I'm gonna kill that. I got dynamics with Raviv, so
Nice.
we're gonna be a team again. At least us two. It should be fun. I'll bother the shit out of him.
Yeah, I don't know what I have. All I know is I'm just learning Linux and what.
I mean, that's pretty cool, man. I wish there was enough time to learn so much more, because although I'm going for mechanical engineering and such, I really wish I could learn chemical too, civil, aerospace. Wouldn't that be awesome to know all that stuff? And then that's just like engineering stuff. Like biomedical would be cool. I would love to learn like computer systems, more about coding and just all sorts of stuff, AI, and just systems and networks and everything. I don't know. There's so much to learn. I end up just going, well, I guess I just do nothing, which is a terrible attitude. But
yeah, so I am taking Linux operating system and programming fundamentals.
Oh, that's gonna be easy for you.
I'm taking them like out of place though, instead of like in order by number, just because those were like the 2 smallest numbers they had. So I'm like skipping a few classes.
I mean, I don't know much about Linux. I know it's used more in industrial type stuff. But yeah, that introduction to programming or whatever, you're just gonna kill that shit
Maybe
easily.
Oh, I got my certificate in Python.
See,
Yeah.
you know what? The
forgot
basics. They're gonna be like, okay, and we're starting Python. Here's how you print
Probably
something.
gonna teach you like Python last. They're probably gonna start with like C or C++.
Python is one of the easier ones to learn because it's more linguistic based, and it's also the most widespread. But that one's a little smoother for beginners, is what I've been told. I don't know. I was learning MATLAB last semester.
What is that?
It's another programming language. It's used mainly
MATLAB.
MATLAB. Yeah, I forget what it stands for, but it's used by like scientists, engineers, stuff like that, and it's really interesting. Really interesting. I don't know how much I don't know enough about coding to describe to you the necessary information about what it is and why, but yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to get back to you because I'm gonna have to retake that class. That was one of the ones that ended up getting flushed on accident.
I see.
I was doing decent in it too, and then
And then it just all went downhill.
yeah, not gonna not gonna Debbie Downer that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it's been a while, but we're back. Hopefully, we're gonna continue doing things. Now, when we're recording this, it's been quite a few weeks, but we're gonna try a new editing style. So from today's recording, it'll probably be like a week or two before this comes out. So sorry, Raviv, you will you would longer. Listening to it now, you had to wait 2 more weeks than you should have, and I'm sorry, but that's the way it's gonna happen. Usa wants to try some stuff.
That will give us more time just to like think of descriptions and
I'm curious, you know, Usa's just a wizard with all this shit, so I'm curious on what he has in mind.
Yeah, I'm just thinking I'm already editing my vlogs, so I might as well just do
Just
the
pop
podcast
it with it, yeah.
because it should be easier with the podcast because we're not doing anything fancy like zooming in or anything.
No.
It's literally just cut,
and that's your favorite mundane task to do, right?
I mean, it's the easiest one.
Yeah.
No, there's an AI for that.
There's an AI for that.
It's $30 a month, and it automatically just
supposedly
edits.
It works decently. Like it's not.
So you've heard of it?
I've heard of it. Supposedly it's not like the best, but it works pretty well. Like it saves a lot of time.
Maybe I'll just do 1 month of that. See how that goes.
See how it is, and if it's perfect, why not? Because the people I heard of who use that were a little more I wouldn't say higher production, but it was more than just like a basic podcast. So it might be perfect for us.
It might be, especially since we have
your cat is wandering through the wires.
I was setting up all these cameras.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I do have a 4th camera. What could it be for?
The cat.
Yeah, the cat.
That's right. We did have a cam for him.
Yeah, when he like
the Miko cam. Yeah, when he would sit on the couch.
Yeah, now he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is why one nose is stuffy or one nostril is stuffy is because this cat. Yeah, every time. But yeah, new style. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, where were we?
Just back.
Yeah, new style should be interesting. I just want to keep figuring out what other things to talk about and how to talk about it, how to bring more personality into this. That was one of our goals at the beginning of the year. How do we bring more of our personality into this? And maybe I'll ask more friends to, hey, can you listen to these podcasts whenever you can? And let me know, you know, what would you expect to hear from a podcast by Brandon? And what do you think of what we're doing right now? How can we improve it? What would make it so that you would listen to it more often? So kind of, yeah, what would bring value but still keep our personality into it? So that's kind of the goal. I don't know if you would do that with some of your friends.
No, I don't.
Or if you would, not if you do. Oh, I got to link Raviv his podcast because his girlfriend was wanting to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to link
that's
it
cool.
to him.
You hear that, review? We're going to link it.
Yeah. And keep in mind, I'm probably going to do it today. So when you get the link, it's going to be, that's when we're recording it, is the day you get the link. And then you're going to be like, oh, I remember that. Yeah. So I like this time thing that's going on here. Yeah. I love the time delay. You get to.
No, definitely. But yeah, for our next one, since it seems like you already had a couple ideas.
Yeah, I did. It was mainly more of thinking around things I need and would probably be useful for you too.
So what I'm thinking is we could probably get more personality if we just, instead of doing so much research and just, just copy and pasting our words, we could just make our podcast 30 minutes long. So that way they're like quick, bite size, easy to go.
But like a what sort of things? Because when I end up researching, it's because I need to know. Like it's stuff I want to look into anyway. So, or is it something?
We can go on things like just important things that we didn't think about, or
important things we didn't think about.
Just major things. Major things
we thought about. I don't know, because a lot of our topics, because we're not like deep into one field right now, or I don't know, deep into research or anything. We don't have a whole lot that we just know thoroughly in extensive, like 3 days of just constant information about. And maybe we do, maybe we don't. Not sure. We're not professionals in one area. So you end up researching to know a little more.
That's what makes this podcast difficult.
Yeah. We started it before we had something.
Yeah, we're not expertise in anything.
We're not experts in anything.
We're not in an expertise in anything.
We don't have any expertise in anything.
We English is my third language.
Yeah, and when you say it, never mind. Okay. But that's why this, I think we've fallen into like this research say type things. But it's not entirely bad, because you research something and then you kind of put your thoughts into it and you put it out there. And hopefully you have a perspective that will go, oh, okay, I didn't think of it like that. Because we're not just presenting information to people who already know. There's plenty of people who have no idea, or if they do know a little bit about the topic, maybe they just didn't think of it in that way. Because everyone's busy and kind of in their own little pockets of information, their little echo chambers and such. So if you kind of come across and drop a little information in there, then it might make them go, oh, okay, I didn't think about that. Maybe I can incorporate it in this way. Or maybe I do need to go check that out. So I don't know. So I kind of enjoy it, but I don't know. I do want to bring more personality, something that's valuable to people through this format.
Tell me how.
I don't know. That's been our whole struggle here.
Yeah, we've been failing.
That's okay.
Okay.
Well, I think we'll get there as we start going into things. I think maybe it'll just be like a switch or something. If not, I have no clue. So, all right. With all that being said,
why don't you put down this chair? It's been so long.
It's probably the right. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Just.
Oh.
Yep. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Without further ado, we're just gonna get into a little topic here. And it was Usa's idea and topic, and the topic was networking.
I was just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what were you thinking? No, or not like
I wasn't thinking.
What thoughts were? No, wait. Okay, go ahead.
I wasn't thinking.
Did you have any thoughts? No, that sounds terrible. What were you how did networking come about?
I don't know. We're both growing up. We're both adults.
That's one way to say that.
We're both adults.
I'm a big boy now.
We're gonna need some social skills and networking.
Just those two. Wait, isn't that kind of the same thing?
It is kind of the same thing.
Why is it the same thing?
Because they both require talking.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I guess not always.
Wait.
Networking always isn't always. Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
They're pretty similar.
So, you want to pull up a definition of networking, and then I'll talk about a definition that I found from somebody speaking.
All right.
Yeah, let's see if it's the same thing, though.
Did you want one from dictionary.com or Merriam-Webster?
Your favorite one.
I don't care. Okay. Merriam-Webster.
Merriam-Webster.
The exchange of information or services among individuals, groups, or institutions. Specifically, the cultivation of productive relationships for employment or business.
Wow, that's a thorough definition.
Or 2, the establishment or use of a computer network.
Oh, yeah. When I was looking up networking, I kept getting videos of
I didn't think about that.
And I was just like, this is not that. I'm like, people networking. And then it still came up with more of that shit. I'm like, how do I say networking as in not the computer networking, but people networking, which is interesting that they're related. But
Real quick, dictionary.com
okay,
is slightly different. A supportive system of sharing information and services among individuals and groups having a common interest.
yeah, that's also a good one. The one I heard was using the knowledge and capabilities of other people to enhance your own capabilities. So yeah. So that being said, what do you think? What is it? What's networking? Where do you see it? How do you see it?
Well, definitely networking is heavily revolved around just business
Mm-hmm.
and just honestly, yeah, just business and work.
I think it's more commonly thought of as business and work
Mhm.
because that's where people actually use the term networking.
Yeah.
But I think it's utilized a lot more in just regular social relationships than people would just kind of directly think about, or at least
Yeah.
relate to the word networking.
Mhm.
When you think networking, you're like, oh, business, put my stuff out there. Oh man, I'm meeting all these people networking, you know?
But yeah, all networking is just meeting
Yeah, like,
people.
hey,
Just, hey,
I know a guy with a chainsaw, or hey, my brother has a truck, or hey, he does duct work. Hey, he does this. Hey, if
Mhm.
you can get a couple of guys to help me with this, literally everyday shits that
Yeah.
people do.
Networking is literally even just saying hi. You're connecting with someone. You're
Bro, you're networking.
you're networking.
You're
Yeah.
networking.
Networking can even be with people you already know.
Yeah.
Like you can just hit up a friend, be like, "Hey, what's up?" That's networking.
Mhm.
It's not always about, the business side of it.
It's
Networking is just everyday, simple,
it's
thing you do.
knowing could you say it's knowing who to contact to satisfy a purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's knowing people or things, whatever, to get something done or just in general. So like, hey, I need my lawn cut. Maybe you don't know how to cut grass, you don't own a mower. You can go look for ads and you'll find something. You could also go, this hit or miss. And that's, I guess, a network that's creating a network. People are putting their services out there, advertising. That is part of networking. People advertising their self. But say you didn't have advertisement, you have no computer, whatever, and you're just out in the middle of nowhere. You need your your grass mowed for no reason. And you're just like, if you don't know anybody who can cut grass, well, now you gotta cut your grass somehow. But
I
if
mean,
your friend,
if you have a pen and paper,
you can write letters.
you can make a sign.
But yeah, you could definitely just call a friend, be like, hey, do you know anyone who cuts grass? Yeah, I actually know someone who owns a business who cuts grass. And something that people kind of get a little wrong about networking that I see often is they think it's about discounts, deals, getting things for free, which that can happen. Like your buddy may just be like, yeah, I know how to do it. Don't worry about it. I got you for this one. And that's just being a good neighbor. That's just somebody helping you out. And that is still being part of a network, a support system, and those people help you out. But it's not always about getting deals. Sometimes, you just need somebody to pay to do something. Hey, I need an accountant. You're not gonna hit up your friend. I know you're an accountant. Can you do all this shit for me for free or for like half what you normally charge?
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, that's being an asshole. You want to support your friend's business. You want to support their work. You want to give them the fair price for their labor and such. And, maybe after a period of time of working with them and as you build a relationship, they may be like, hey, you're always going to me with your work. I'll 10%, I'll cut off. I'll give you a 10% discount on my services. And it may help. But always expect to, pay the fair price,
Yeah. So
Don't be-
networking is like using people.
Yeah. Don't be looking to be a snake. But yeah, no, I need something done. Here's this. I'll pay you for it. You just need something done and that person has that service and you just get it done. Now, it's also about like building relationships in community. Networking is not only just to satisfy your own needs, but it's also to help other people. So you have services, and a lot of time it's motivated by like money. Like, hey, I need to work to live. But also mixed in that is I want to accomplish something.
Mhm.
And I have this ability to do something, and I would like to put that forth. And you want to find people who will use your services. You want to be part of that community. So it's not just about getting people and paying people to do stuff. It's also about you being productive in that community and putting yourself out there, putting your services out there, being useful in that sense, allowing people to get things they need done. And it's symbiotic. It's a win-win. If you need accounting work, or if they need accounting work done and you need some accounting work to do, and you want to help people maybe in this area or just in general with accounting work, you have that skill, you want to help the community, boom, matchup, everybody wins. They get their accounting work done, you get paid, you get that work done, and it keeps society flowing. It keeps goods and services.
So how do you explain Spider-Man and Venom?
I have no idea. Symbiotic relationships? I'm not sure. Spider-Man just has powers.
Because Venom was a
Venom.
symbiote?
A symbiote. Yeah, he kind of resides in the individual with the individual, but Spider-Man got powers. So he has the powers, whereas Venom is an alien who lives in.
Venom gave him like a buff. He gave him bigger power.
Oh, you mean when he attached to Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So what is that the same thing?
Symbiotic relationship? I mean, win-win if it's a win-win. If although if he's eating his host, then it's not a win-win.
I mean, it kind of was. Peter didn't know.
Yeah. But if it's like chill, like, hey, I'll give you this if you give me that.
So it has to be chill.
Generally. I mean, if for a healthy relationship, yes, because you could say, okay, I want all the power in the world. Yes, I'm going to deteriorate quicker than most people, but I'll have all this power. So you could say that, or you could just be like, nah, I'd rather have just a regular life.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow my nose real quick.
Okay.
It's this damn cat hair. That doesn't bother anyone. But yeah, I use the word symbiosis, so I could see where you got that. But no, it's definitely contributing to society. It's having work for people and people doing the work.
Mm.
It keeps us running. It keeps us with a purpose. It keeps the toilets flushing. It keeps the food in our bellies, things like that. If everybody stopped, things wouldn't do anything.
So another example, it's like I have the podcast equipment and I can edit, but you talk.
Yeah,
nice.
That's pretty much exactly that seems to be how it goes. I have a knack for talking, which people think I'm a very social person, but I'm not that social, and I think you kind of know.
No,
that.
yeah, you're not.
Damn. Okay. Shit. In what way? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Whatever. No, I'm kidding. But no, I'm not really too social. I'm actually a little antisocial. But I wouldn't say nobody. Not many people would see that just talking to me, because oftentimes I'm the one talking. I'm the one, I may be guiding a conversation, or I'll be like, hey, let's all do this, or stuff like that. But you try to text me, I may not respond for 3 days.
How did that, did you ever do the ghosting everybody thing?
Ghosting everybody?
Yeah, you're just like, I'm not gonna make contact with anyone for a week, but I'll let them know.
Oh, the isolation. I haven't done that. No.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, no. Maybe I'll do that later in the summer. I'm not sure. I talked about it with my girlfriend. I was like, maybe we could do one together, about us and what our goals are. So it wouldn't be a true personal isolation, but it would be one where we're both kind of thinking about ourselves and then how we can join, things like that. So I put that in. I made a little notes page, a shared notes page, and that's one of the things in there, like in isolation. Maybe we could do it something. So
okay,
yeah. So maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure how it'll look like, how it'll go, but it's definitely something on the back burner. Just thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, how antisocial I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you part of the antisocial social club?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
You haven't seen like those hoodies and shirts? No? Okay.
I've heard of it, but it just I'm not with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, y'all.
But no, I guess that is exactly why it's symbiotic relationship here. You on your own wouldn't really be talking too much. Me on my own would be swearing at a computer for like 3 days trying to get one little thing done. So it kind of works in that sense. So I guess that's a more personal example of networking. What other times have you networked? Maybe not in the typical sense of networking.
Well, networking.
Networking. I hate this word already.
I say I'm more just getting in contact with who I knew previously at this point, just because I'm not looking for a job or anything, meeting new people. So I have talked to older, just former coworkers, like our boss, John. He called me not too long ago, and he just offered me a job. He's like, "How much you want?"
Oh, really?
I was just like, about maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
Shit. Did you say
he just wanted to catch up a little bit.
Coax you into part-time and then full-time?
No. So
be like, I'll just work one shift. Okay.
he was just like, "How much did you make when you left?" And I was like, $12.50. Like, you want $13.50? I was like, no.
It's nothing.
I was like, $14.50? I was like, no. I was like, how much were you making? Wherever else. I was like, I was making 15. He's like, well, did you want to be hired on for 15? I was like, no.
No.
I just want to focus on school right now.
Yeah. Damn. That's good.
Yeah.
How's he doing, by the way?
He seems to be doing fine.
Yeah, probably because he's regional, right? He's regional manager now.
Yeah.
And that's the position he was going for way back in the day. Holy shit, that was so long ago.
That was long ago.
That was a hellish time.
I remember when he was a line cook.
I do too.
With me.
I do too. And he was a shift lead, and then
he got promoted fast.
Yeah. But and also a bunch of people. Well, he was one of the only competent ones.
Yeah, he was the only one qualified to manage.
Yeah. Everyone else was either like a middle-aged dude who's always been a line cook or just some random high schooler. Yeah. And I was also some random high schooler. And you were like some random college student, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That was my first job, so.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I feel like I did pretty well for a first job there. A lot of lessons learned. Sometimes I look back and cringe, but overall, I'd say for the age and given what that place was, I think I did pretty good. So
I did start cooking a little bit more again.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude, that was one of your passions. You had a cookbook. Remember, like a couple weeks there, we would like get together and figure out a couple recipes and make shit.
It was awesome.
It was. I knew how to make macaroni and cheese from scratch. Now I had kind of
Yeah, remember that fruit salad you made?
Yeah, dude,
that was good. It was good.
That wasn't just fruit. That was like holiness. Anyway. What else? Oh, and the fried rice. You showed me how to make fried rice too. We still have that wok, by the way. I don't use it anymore, but I think my niece uses it all the time. And sometimes I'll see that big fat wok right there. I'm like, oh, that was Uso's. He discarded that.
As long as you have a good seasoned wok, it will work. Yeah. That wok, I did not season.
Yeah.
So it did not work very well.
It definitely has seen better days. Yes. But it's used every once in a while, so I appreciate that donation. But oh man,
yeah.
Sometimes I miss that shit.
Yeah, that was the last networking I've done.
Networking, yeah. I mean, that is true. I was talking to Raviv, so I guess this counts as networking. I was talking to Raviv, and he was talking about some school opportunities at school for work that aren't necessarily listed, and so that's like a really good example of networking in more traditional sense that people think of it, like opening up opportunities that weren't there before because you know somebody who knows something. And so I could maybe apply when I'm going to UMKC for some things that would relate to my degree generally, and that I could get paid to do and have some decent hours for a decent wage. So I think it's like $15 or something, and I make 14. So that may be something I could do in the future. Of course, I would have to go through a trial and be hired. But that's typically what people think of with networking is, hey, I know this person, and now I get this opportunity. I think there was like some statistic where it's like 70% of positions or whatever are filled through networking, not necessarily job applications.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the time, again, going back to the not everything's for free. Like, don't hit up your buddy looking for something for free. A lot of times with positions, people will be like, I really want you in this position. Apply. So you still have to apply and go through the application process. You still have to be vetted by other people in the company. But oftentimes, that person is looking for a specific thing. And if you have that, then you're going to fit right into what they're looking for. So you'll probably get the job if you apply and follow have the criteria.
I will say networking in that regard does help that person just because it's a recommendation at that point. So that's one of the benefits of just networking, just getting to know people. They see how you work, how you act.
Because you're less of a random person.
Yeah.
Say for like an internship, if you get a recommendation from somebody inside the company, then you're less of just some random kid and like, oh, this kid got something or something. And of course, you still have to be vetted like any other, but you would more likely to get it because you're recommended by that individual. They know you. They know you're a hard worker, whatever, stuff like that. There are also just things with networking where it's like, oh, you need a job? I'll give you a job. And so you quite literally get a job just from saying, hey, I'm looking for work. And there are places where that's easier to do, and that's not like illegal or anything.
Yeah.
So networking is pretty useful in that sense.
You need a network for the podcast.
Network. I know. I just it's always a time thing, and I'm like,
it is.
I don't want to take too much time away from school, or else I'm gonna forever be in school. But I also don't want to like stop doing this, and I also want to work more on this. Try to get it out there. I want to get something valuable out to people first. I want to be able to develop things to where we're proud of, like we're really proud of what we're talking about and what we're doing. And so I feel like it would be easy, and we've talked about this before. It'd be way easier to tell everyone about it if I was like, dude, just go watch my next video. I think you'll like it.
Just like we hit something hard
today. Yeah. Which I'm not saying this is terrible, but it's not something I would go up to my dad and be like, hey, Dad, listen to my podcast. Even though he probably would. It would just be like he's got other things to do, He works a lot, so I don't want to take away from that.
I totally understand that. But there's also the other side of it.
Yeah.
If we don't do it.
Am I just having like an imposter syndrome thing? Maybe this is more valuable than I think to people, what we're doing.
Maybe. Because even the most basic things could just click with someone.
And I know some people also like having background when they're doing something else. So it's not necessarily that we're going into information hardcore and, it's going to take a lot of thought process. And we're going to blow your mind and stuff. Yeah, and some people like to listen to like more mild podcasts while they're doing things and not so.
Yeah, because like Raviv could just be, just doing homework right now and just listen to us talk, not knowing what we're talking about. Or just background noise.
And could kind of like jump in at any moment and go, oh, okay.
We could go buzz, 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 and he would just not even think about it. We could just be bees at this point.
If we have soothing enough voices, I feel like people will listen.
We get into ASMR.
Hey guys, welcome back to In the Works.
Hey guys, we're here today.
You know we're putting in that work.
We're gonna do a mukbang?
Why does that sound terrible? What is that?
I don't know. People just have a bunch of food and just eat on camera.
I could do that. Of course, if it's like within what I'd eat. Because I don't want to just eat a bunch of shit. But I could eat a bunch of food. I'll just like have one meal a day and I'll just eat it all right there.
I'm hungry.
Same here. I still intermittent fasting, but yesterday I ate breakfast, so my body's like,
Mm.
hey, where's my breakfast? So
Yeah, I ate
which
breakfast.
I heard if you consume like some sort of fiber or whatever, that it doesn't affect the goals of a fast, but it makes you feel less hungry. So you can eat that in the morning and something like fats too, because I guess it's kind of like almost like keto in the sense that you're consuming fats, so you can still get some other benefits from a fast. I don't remember if it kills part of the fast or not, but there are like a bunch of different reasons why you would fast and different benefits that you can target. Like I think somebody was saying autophagy, like clearing out old cells and stuff.
Mhm.
As long as you're like under 15 grams of protein, you can have that going on, which I was
Huh.
like, oh, so you don't need to have no food at all. You just got to keep your protein like low, low. And then you'll have that process going on and then you could jump in. And I guess that's what keto is, because keto is like less than 15 grams of protein and then other proportions. I don't remember. But, so I guess there's specific stuff you could go for with certain fasting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I need to research that more myself, just for me. Because I've been intermittent fasting because it keeps me from gorging and feeling terrible in the morning. Just feel a lot better. So yeah, and not that I was pigging out before. Food makes you feel so heavy in the morning.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of food, I've been eating more vegetables.
Oh, that's good. I've been eating less vegetables.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay. My diet consists right now of like some grass-fed steaks, lots of eggs, avocado, and banana,
Okay.
and Greek yogurt, I guess. That's
Better than
about
my
it.
diet.
That's literally about it. Although I'll go out like once a week, get some boba, and then also if we have a get together with some friends, then sometimes it's a little less healthy things like hot dogs. But generally, I try to keep it within a range.
I just try to eat whatever I can.
Yeah. But this is not about networking anymore. But I will
we're
say,
networking right now.
I guess the podcast could be networking too.
Yeah.
Because it's on a network, but it's not on a network, but it could be on it. And that's how networks got started.
Hey, Raviv, did you want to be our social media person?
Oh no, he's busy, bro. I know he would want to, but he's busy.
Okay.
He would love to, but
Maybe
he's
like
busy.
a 1-word tweet every day.
I don't want to shut it down. So when you hear this, I mean, whatever. I mean, if you want to be a part of it, I'm just saying there's no money in it right now.
Absolutely nothing.
And I don't want to hold him to something that.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's all jokes. All jokes.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe in time. Yeah. I mean, that's mostly what I got on.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot.
How would you start networking in the classical sense and not? Just in general as a person, how would you start utilizing? I think it's the answer is in the question. You just, if you have a purpose, seek people out.
Yeah, it's all about purpose, what your goal is when you're interacting with
people. Go to where those people are. I want to say instant message type thing. If you have a service, advertise it. If you can do something, advertise that. Maybe not in the classical advertisement of like put it on TV, but DM people who you might, this is something I hear, who you might have a service for. Be like, hey, this is what I do, what I'm willing to do it for. Like, this is what it'll do for you. Let me know if you're interested. Yeah. And if they ghost you, whatever. If they're like, dude, I was just looking for somebody like that. Let's go. And there you go.
Yeah. There's nothing much. An example, I've done networking in the past. I told you I had social anxiety. I've mentioned this before on the podcast. I literally just went out and just talked to people.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And I will say, just from talking to people, like doing social things, you end up collecting a network. The only thing is, don't do it just to network, because you seem like a slimy snake and very hollow, and people could see right through you. You seem fake, so try to cultivate relationships, and you're not going to be buddy with everyone. Just it could be someone you say hi to every day, like it, and you're like, I heard you do donuts, and I need donuts. Would we be willing to work something out here? Price, time, could you do this? And they're like, oh yeah, I could actually do that. This would be the price. Here you go, whatever. Or maybe they just hit you up, give you a donut because you like donuts.
When you first said donuts, for some reason I was thinking about cars.
Oh, donuts. Bro, I need some donuts. Stat.
I was just like, what?
Got you.
And I was like, oh wait, that's a food.
Yeah.
That is a food.
But if you cultivate relationships, you'll get the benefits of networking because that's just how humans are. You know, we collectively solve issues. It's not you have every single skill in the book. It's we all have a lot of skills together, and then we'll act as a unit to drive that home. And then I guess that goes into, you know, where does leadership come from too, and how does leadership coil into that network? Because if you have good leadership, then you could take people with all these skills, this huge network, and guide that network toward a goal. Whereas if you just had all these people, it may not have sort of any direction. And of course, there's leadership on many levels. It doesn't have to be just one big, like, let's all do this. It could be like small, like, hey, let's a couple of things do this. But yeah, that's what I got. What about you?
That's all I got.
All I got. Yeah. 41 minutes. I'd say we're good.
Okay, cool. Because I kind of got to pee.
Gotta pee? Yeah, I noticed. Couldn't sit still there.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess this will be out in 2 weeks when you hear it. This was 2 weeks ago. And it should be interestingly edited. So we'll see.
Yep. Play us out, Raviv.
Thank you for watching In the Works by Brandon Nusa. Subscribe and like for more.
Bye.